Have you ever hit a frustrating paywall just trying to look up a simple public record? Well, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into the Colorado court record system. We're going to break down exactly how you can navigate Arapahoe County court records online, effectively, and most importantly, totally for free.
Think about it for a second. Maybe you need to run a background check on a potential employee, or you want to verify a prospective landlord's legal history before you sign that lease. Or hey, maybe you just need to find a specific record for your own legal proceedings. This isn't just lawyer territory. This is super practical, everyday stuff. But usually, you run into confusing government sites or commercial vendors demanding your credit card. Today, we're cutting through all that noise.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with an intro to court records, go over the legal framework and access rights, walk through a step-by-step online guide, look at practical examples and costs, explore some in-person alternatives, and wrap up with free clinics and resources.
Starting right off with Section 1, Introduction to Arapahoe County Court Records.
So before we start clicking around online, we kind of need to know what we're actually looking for, right? These public records are essentially the official documents capturing every single stage of a legal case filed in the county. They're absolutely vital for government transparency. You're going to see a couple of specific terms pop up constantly. The main one is the docket, or register of actions. It's just a chronological public record. Think of it like the court's daily agenda and history book all rolled into one. It lists upcoming hearings, schedules, every motion filed, and every judge's order. It literally tells the complete story of a case.
And honestly, the sheer variety of stuff handled by the Arapahoe County Clerk of Court is massive. You've got civil and small claims, disputes or money owed. There's criminal records for arrests and sentencing, traffic and minor violations. Yep, including that speeding ticket you totally forgot about. Then there's probate for estates and wills, plus family cases like marriages and divorces. It's basically a giant repository of civic life.
Moving on to Section 2, Understanding the Legal Framework and Access Rights.
Look, before you start searching, you've got to know what you're legally allowed to see. It'll save you hours of frustrating, fruitless clicking. Because spoiler alert, not everything is public. What's really interesting here is how clearly the law draws a boundary under the Colorado Open Records Act. Civil claims, traffic citations, most criminal cases, divorces, those are publicly available. But if you're hunting for juvenile cases, adoptions, mental health proceedings, or cases specifically sealed by a judge, no way, you won't find them. They are strictly restricted to protect the privacy of the folks involved.
The foundational rule behind all this is Chief Justice Directive 05-01. This directive is incredibly powerful for us. It guarantees that court materials are presumed open for reasonable public inspection. That means unless a specific law closes a file, the public, that's you and me, has a fundamental right to see these records.
All right, Section 3, Step-by-Step Guide to Accessing Records Online. So we know we have the right to access them, but how do you actually get these files on your computer without getting scammed? Well, if you search Colorado court records, you'll instantly get flooded by commercial data aggregators. Third-party vendors like CoCourts are authorized, sure, and they provide deep access, but they will charge you subscription fees and per-page viewing costs. Instead, you want to use the official Colorado Judicial Branch docket search. It gives you real-time calendar access and basic case numbers for absolutely free. Stick to the official state portal for your casual searches.
Let's break down the exact 3 steps you need. Step 1. Visit that official Colorado Judicial Branch docket search page online. Step 2. Choose to search either by name or by case number. If you search by name, pro tip, add the filing date to narrow things down so you aren't scrolling forever. Step 3. Review the summary. Now, you can't always download the actual PDF documents directly from this free search. If you need the official paperwork, just submit a digital record or document request form right there on the site, and the clerk will process it.
Let's hit Section 4, Practical Examples and Cost Breakdown. Because finding the case number is free, but actually getting the paper in your hands, that can cost you. So the crucial point here is this number, 25 cents. When you use that online request form, the court charges a standard fee of 25 cents per page for standard copies. Need a certified copy for a background check? That'll run you $20 a pop. It's meant to just cover administrative costs, but obviously if you're requesting a massive file, that adds up real quick.
But wait, there is an incredible loophole in the system if you're looking at civil records. It's called the Civil Case Access Program. This statewide exception allows you free public access to download full-text civil documents. The catch? You have to email an application to the Supreme Court Law Library, and you have to renew it every single month. But honestly, if you need a lot of civil documents, this is literally the only legitimate way to bypass those commercial fees completely online.
Which brings us to Section 5, navigating in-person and alternative options.
Now, what if you don't want to mess with monthly emails, digital request forms, or 25-cent fees? Online access often limits your downloads or pushes you toward paid vendors. But if you actually go down to the courthouse in person, it's a completely different story. The Arapahoe Clerk of Court's office has free public access terminals. You can just walk in, sit down at a computer, and view complete registers of action and document images at zero cost. You only pay a dime if you ask them to hit print.
If you want that ultimate free access, you're heading to the Arapahoe County Justice Center at 7325 South Potomac Street in Centennial. Quick heads up though, while there is free parking, you definitely want to arrive early. This is an active courthouse. You will have to go through airport-style security screening before you can even get to the clerk's office, so bring a valid photo ID and have your case details ready to go. Section 6. Additional resources and free clinics. A lot of times, you might pull up a court record because you're in the middle of a dispute, and staring at that docket is the exact moment you realize, wow, I need some actual legal help. If that's you, don't panic. Denver, Arapahoe counties, and Colorado as a whole have incredible community support networks for pro se litigants, which is just a fancy way of saying people representing themselves without a lawyer. You can tap into some amazing free clinics. We're talking small claims clinics that teach you court procedure and how to file forms. There are collections clinics that show you how to actually get paid after you win a judgment. There's even a Lawyers at the Library program offering free Q&A for family and civil law, plus Colorado legal services for low-income residents. Now, these volunteer attorneys can't officially represent you, but they are absolute lifesavers when it comes to demystifying the forms and pointing you in the right direction. Finally, Section 7, Conclusion and Summary. We've covered a ton of ground today, and this brilliantly illustrates just how accessible the Colorado justice system truly is if you know the workarounds. Just to recap, always start with the official CO Judicial Branch docket search for free basic lookups. Keep in mind that juvenile and sealed cases are off limits. If you hit a paywall, skip it and go straight to the Centennial Courthouse public terminals for deep, free access. And please, utilize those community clinics if you get stuck on the paperwork. As we wrap up, I do need to drop a quick professional disclaimer. The information provided in this explainer is strictly for educational purposes. It's meant to help you navigate these public systems, but it definitely does not constitute official legal advice. Always, always consult a licensed attorney if you need legal counsel for your specific situation. But honestly, who knew the power to investigate, verify, and understand the justice system was sitting right at your fingertips this whole time? Go out there, use these free resources, and empower yourself. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.